What's the deal, baby? Big Boss, K-Po, Talk Boxing. What's good with you? So look at here, man. So we got a lot of people who jumped ship after Errol Spence lost, right? And I've been wanting to make this video. I kind of touched on it a little bit after the fight, right? But Errol posted yesterday, basically, don't try to come back, you know, when I come back. And basically when I get back to the top, don't try to come back over here. Stay where you at. And I agree. You know what I mean? This goes with the disrespect of Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And I'm going to put this in that series because a lot of people are kicking Errol Spence when he down. As soon as he lost, people's like, oh, Errol need to retire. That was bad. This, that, and the third. Look, man. Look, it was one-sided, right? Right? And you know on my channel, we ain't make no excuses. I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, there wasn't nothing wrong with Errol. But I'm not here to make excuses on my channel. You know what I mean? Errol Spence said the same thing. You're not going to hear me make no excuses. Congratulations to Terrence Crawford. He's a stand-up dude for that. You know what I mean? And I believe the same thing. We don't make no excuses. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, you don't make any excuses. It was one time, man, I had an amateur fight. Right? And I hate to turn this on me because I'm not a pro. I had an injury, right, to my back. I still fought. Right? And I didn't get the decision. Right? I didn't get the decision. Happens all the time in amateur boxing. You know? After the fight, I had everybody coming up to me like, man, you won that. I don't know how you lost. You know? But I wasn't my best self. I had injured my back, but I said, I'm still going to fight. I don't run for no smoke. That's my mentality. That's my ego. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, I knew what was wrong with me. But after the fight, I didn't make any excuses. I didn't say anything like, man, the only reason I lost was because my back. I didn't make any excuses. I just accepted it and moved on. You know what I mean? I lost a close decision. You know what I mean? Which happens all the time in amateur boxing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But there was no excuses being made. Errol Spence didn't make no excuses after his fight. There were other people trying to make excuses for him. You know what I mean? But you never heard Errol Spence say that. He even said, man, I head up like a nosebleed. Ain't no excuses. But you got people who was dogging this man when he was down. Right? He lost his first fight. And they dogging him. Oh, you need to retire. That was a one-sided beating. You know, Errol need to, man, look, bro, at the end of the day, it's boxing. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in the sport of boxing. It may happen to Terrence. Who knows? It may happen to Terrence in his next fight against Errol, or hell, it may happen with Charlo. We don't know. The only people that know is, the only individual is God. You know what I mean? But also, if you're not 100%, the fighters know, the coaches know. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Doug James and Errol knew, like, man, you know? But there's no excuses. You signed up for it, you get in that ring, you fight. And that's what makes Errol a true champion, a stand-up dude, because he's always continued to do that. He fought top fight after top fight after top fight after top fight. You know what I mean? Now, granted, there's a lot of people who genuinely just hate Errol Spence. You know what I mean? They celebrated that when he lost this fight. They was in the room dancing, crip walking, all that. They was doing all that. They was celebrating when he lost. They was happy he lost. You know what I mean? But that's life. People gonna do that. You know what I mean? What they say, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. It is what it is. They was celebrating when he lost. Right? And they want this man to go off in the sunset. They want this man to be done. They don't want no more Errol Spence. Yeah, they want to see Terrence Crawford. You know, like, yeah, Terrence retired Errol Spence. Yeah, Terrence a bad man. This man gonna be back, bro. I keep telling y'all this. I told y'all this after the fight. This nigga gonna be back. It's boxing. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. He gonna be back. He gonna come back on 154. Whether it's against Bud Crawford, you know, hopefully he do get a Bud Crawford fight. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it real. You know me, I'm honest. I want Errol Spence to fight Terrence Crawford for the Bud Buddies. That's what I want. I want Errol Spence to fight Terrence Crawford for the Bud Buddies. And I want Errol Spence to beat Terrence Crawford because of the Bud Buddies. All this talking and trolling and pandering, that's what I want. I don't want that for Terrence Crawford. I like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's a great fighter. You know what I mean? We don't take nothing away from that. He's the king, 147 pounds, 2-time undisputed first man to do that. You know what I mean? We ain't taking nothing away from Terrence Crawford. He's a trendsetter in that aspect. Because nobody really wanted to be undisputed. They was trying to follow that Floyd Mayweather blueprint and just fight top fighters. They wasn't caring about belts. Errol and Bud were the two fighters that were focused on belts. We got to give credit where credit is due. Like, we're just keeping that stat. But when it comes down to fighting top fight after top fight after top fight, that's Errol. Coming off of a long layoff and fighting, you know, and he's had a history of doing that. You know? And he was successful. It caught up to him this fight. It is what it is. It's going to happen. You know? You ain't going to win them all. It's boxing. Like I keep telling y'all. You ain't going to win every fight. Every fight ain't going to be a dub. You feel me? That's real talk. That's real deal spill. That's all that. Every fight ain't finna be a dub, bro. It's just not. You know? It is what it is. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I'm not a fan of fanboys. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of these Bud Buddies are, fanboys. It's a difference between a Bud Buddy and a Bud Crawford fan. I'm a Bud Crawford fan. There's other people who are Bud Crawford fans who we can sit there and talk intelligently about a fight and break it down, right? But then you got Bud Buddies who don't know nothing about no damn boxing, who can't tell you nothing about no boxing. All they can tell you about is Bud. All they watch is Bud. Hell, half of them don't even watch Bud. You know what I'm saying? They just don't like Errol. That's what it is. I'm telling you, this nigga gonna be back, bro. He gonna be back. He gonna climb back to the top. That's his makeup. That's the type of fighter he is. He gonna come back, locked in, focused, whether it's against Bud or not against Bud. Like I said, because the Bud Buddy's been talking so much, Errol Spence activate that rematch clause. He gets clear medically in September. You know? Medically in September, he gets clear. There's a reason why this second fight gonna be at a higher weight class. It was already in the contract. They already was talking about that. So like I said before, let's put some respect on Errol Spence's name, bro. And the reason this fight happened was because of Errol. Terrence Crawford even said it in the epilogue. Hey, man, you made this fight happen. Because of you made this fight happen. Understand that. You know? Bud is a warrior. Errol Spence is a warrior. I ain't taking nothing away from both of them. I do appreciate the respect that Bud gave Errol. Because he could have just been like, F that nigga. And you know what I mean? Whatever. He could have. But he showed respect to Errol. And they'll be locked in. You know what I'm saying? They made history. Bud Crawford and Errol made history. They're going to be locked in forever. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But things will get interesting if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight a second time and Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford. That's when things get interesting. You know, will Terrence Crawford still fight Jermell Charlo? Because I'm going to drop a video talking about that. Jermell Charlo said on his post that after he fight Canelo, he going to come back down to 154. And he said, Terrence, after you fight Errol Spence, we gonna get the fans what they want. And you see Terrence Crawford say, good luck on your fight. Telling you. So that's an exciting fight. So I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But all y'all who jumped off the ship of Errol Spence, you know, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal, you know. It just, like me, I don't really take, you know, nothing to the heart like that, you know. And I'm pretty sure Errol taking it personally, because that's why he said, you know, me, it just let me know how I need to deal with you. But Errol, his mindset is, okay, stay over there. Y'all jumped off the ship, stay over there. So when I come back and I'm back on top, don't come back talking about some, you know, all in my face, smiling in my face. Like I say, you find out who really in your corner when you take a loss in life. That's when you find out who really riding for you and who really ain't. And Errol see that now. And maybe he needed to see this. Maybe God put him through this situation. Maybe he needs to see this. I don't know. Maybe he has some people around him who were just along for the ride. You know what I mean? And then I think he talking about Ryan Garcia. That's just my opinion. I think Ryan Garcia is a prostitute. God forgive me. I just don't. I'm telling you, man, that boy ain't solid, man. You know, you just look at somebody, be like, it's nothing solid about that. I'm a very good judgment of character. It's nothing solid about that man, bro. I'm sorry. God forgive me. When I look around, I'm like, this boy here a prostitute, man. This boy here. He just go wherever the wind blow him, bro. He goes wherever the wind blow him. If he say, oh, man, go over here, he gonna go over there. Watch this nigga pop up with a new coach. I promise you. Just watch. It's only a matter of time. I'm telling you. But anyway, nobody did what Errol Spence did, man. Errol Spence fought those fights. He fought those top names. He beat the top fighters. Took their belt, right? Had long layoffs. Still fought top competition. You know what I mean? He did what he needed to do to be great. And he will be great again. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.